Is this the end of the road for the Trump campaign in Arizona?
I don't think so. There's still another couple of suits that are pending right now that need to get resolved. There's two other ballot count issues that have to be resolved. One, federal-only ballots has got to be resolved, as well as an anomalous number of registrations that took place between the end of the primary and October 15th. So there are a couple of additional issues, some options that have to be run down before we would say that we'd run out of options in Arizona.
Right, and of course we're still waiting, at least here on Newsmax, for those electors to certify the results before any decision is made or any outcome is called for the presidential race. But I'll go back to you, Congressman. We know in the state of Georgia they're doing a recount. Is there potential that Arizona could see a recount as well, or potentially even, that hand recount or a full audit of the votes?
Well, I've asked for an audit of those votes, particularly in Maricopa County, which used the Dominion software, and I know that there are some state legislators that have also asked for an audit as well. And so far, there's been reticence on the part of elections officials to do that, but they're controlled by the Democrat Party, both at Maricopa County and state level. Right now, we don't meet the conditions under state statute to trigger an automatic recount. So it would have to be like the county supervisors could order an audit, they could order a recount, and we haven't seen that happen yet.
I'm sure you have a lot of your constituents maybe feeling uncertain about the outcome of this election, that it was indeed free and fair and safe and secure. What would you tell them? And also, what would you tell media outlets who have completely dismissed this idea that there could be voter fraud in our U.S. elections?
Well, you're right. I've received thousands of phone calls of people that don't trust the election outcomes. It just seems anomalous to them. They think it's unfair. They think it's been stolen. And what I tell them is we will pursue. I mean, and that's where I am, and that's where the Trump team is. We will pursue every option to try to get to the truth and get to the bottom of this. I do not believe in giving up ahead of time. I think the media that has basically come through completely changed the narrative of the election by the early call on Arizona on November 3rd. I think that changed the tenor of the election. We actually had people in line to vote yet. We had over 1 million ballots to count at that point. There's so much going on that has to be resolved before we get to it. And if we can wait in 2020 for 37 days to count hanging chads, by golly, we can go through the entire legal process to determine the truth and the outcome of the election. We depend on the veracity of our elections, and I think there's so many people that just simply don't believe it. If you want further proof, the 1 million people or so who were here in D.C. on Saturday to rally, in Arizona at the Capitol, literally thousands and thousands of people, they want to get to the bottom of it. They aren't asking for any cheating. What they want is they want a legal vote to be counted and an illegal vote to be discarded. And that's what we should be doing. And I'm joined by many of my colleagues in Congress for the same ends.